Hello all, hope you all are doing well and welcome to the new series of SAP ABAP where I'll help you learn all about SAP ABAP. I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Aditi and I have a decent years of experience in the very same domain which is SAP ABAP, and I work as an associate ABAP consultant in a firm which is service based company. Okay. So basically, in this series, I'll be taking you through what all objects are there in the SAP course, like specifically ABAP course. But let's not directly jump into this. Firstly, let us get familiar with what exactly is SAP. Okay, ABAP is nothing but its module. But what exactly is SAP, right? Let's just get to know about what is SAP. Okay, SAP stands for System Application Product. Okay, I really don't want to go into the technicality, what exactly is SAP, or give you the typical definition of SAP, but I'll keep it short and explain you in a very easy language. SAP is nothing but an ERP software. Okay, now ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. As you all know, the Microsoft, Oracle, these are nothing but the ERP software, right? Similarly, SAP is nothing but one of these ERP softwares. Now, this SAP software is used by several companies across the industries. Okay, given the complexity of the software and its wide usage, SAP relies on its partner. Now, this partner includes companies like Accenture, then TCS, then IBM is there for implementing or supporting the SAP for its customer or client. Okay, like any other ERP, SAP has also different modules in it. Okay, we'll see all those in details, but in upcoming slides. Okay, so that was all about what exactly is SAP. It's nothing but a software. Okay, now let us get into more detail and get to know what exactly SAP, like how exactly SAP works, right? So this is nothing but SAP workflow. Okay, now this is the best possible way I can explain you the workflow of SAP, and it is very like easy to understand. Okay, just follow my words properly. Now say for example I am the customer and I want to buy a mobile as a product. Okay, now this client contacts the sales team to check the availability of the product, like what is my requirement. I want to buy the Samsung A7 series phone or something like that. I'll check the availability of that product with the sales department team. Now the sales department team is nothing but your SD module. Okay, now this sales team approaches the inventory department to check for availability of the product. Okay, now this inventory is nothing but the modules like like material management, comes into the picture. Okay, in this case the product is out of stock. The sales team will approach the production planning. The sales team will approach the production planning team. Now production planning is nothing but your PP module. Then the production planning team will check with the inventory department for the availability of the raw material. Now for manufacturing any kind of the product, like literally any kind of the product, those they will require the raw material first. Okay, now in our case product is mobile and we requires say for example keypad is there, SIM card is there, battery is there. These all are nothing but the raw materials, right? If the raw materials is not available with the inventory team, the production planning team buys the raw material from the vendor. Okay, then the production planning forwards the raw material to the shop floor executive for the actual production. Like it will take all the raw materials and give it to the shop floor execution to manufacture the product which is required by the customer. Okay, once ready, the shop floor team sends the good to the sales. Like whenever they manufactured a product, like in our case it is mobile, it will give it to the sales and sales will then hand over that product to the customer. Okay, now once this process has been done, it will pay that amount to the sales department team. Okay, the sales department team will update the finance with the revenue generated by the sales of the product to the finance team. And similarly, the production planning team will also update the finance with the payment to be made to the different vendors for the raw material. Like the production planning, if the raw materials are out of stock, they have to buy it from the vendor, right? So whatsoever price they have to, or like whatsoever amount they have to pay while buying the raw material, though they will update those finance to the finance team. Okay, and all all department approaches the HR for any human resources related issues. Okay, now this was nothing but your SAP workflow. This was very easy to understand. There was not at all a rocket science thing in it. It was very easy. Okay, so moving further, what are the SAP modules? Earlier I have listed some of the modules. Now let's see those modules in detail. Okay, so basically SAP has two types of the modules. As you can see in the chart, there are technical modules and then there are functional modules. In technical modules, all these modules will come like ABAP module, basis module, then there is BIBW module, NetWeaver module. Okay, and in the functional module, human resources, sales department, material management, finance team, and there is then there is production planning team, QM, TR, transport request. All of these comes in the function modules. Okay, now there is nothing to elaborate much in these modules. Let's get let's proceed further. Okay, now here you will get to know what exactly functional has, what exactly are the jobs of a functional and technical person. Okay, so what is the role of a SAP ABAPer? So again, this diagram is very easy to understand. Okay, now say for example clients comes up to you and say that I want to develop a report which will list me the number of employees or the details of the employees who are working in my organization. Okay, now the client is the one who raises the ticket. Now ticket is nothing but it's a request that the client raises to a functional one, and the functional is the one which acts as a intermediate or a medium between the client and the ABAPer. Okay, now the functional might be functional, PP functional, SD functional. Okay, he is the one who is responsible to gather all those requirements from the client, and once he gets the requirement, he'll create the FS, and there are many more documents. FS stands for functional specification, where in return he'll provide the logic to the ABAPer, and once it has been ready, it will provide it to the ABAPer. Now once the ABAPer get the requirement, he'll start developing the piece of code, and once it has been developed, it will provide the developed report to the functional. Okay, and the functional then test the report, and if it is working fine, it will proceed further and give the client for the UAT. UAT is nothing but unit testing. Okay, which is done by the client side, and once the client is satisfied with the requirement, if it meets its requirement, he'll close the ticket. Okay, that was nothing but the role of an SAP ABAPer, and this was nothing but a whole ticket process, how it actually flows between client, functional and ABAPer. So I hope all your queries are cleared, but like if any queries, you're most welcome. You can comment down in comment section for all your queries. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that was all about SAP, then the SAP workflow, and what consultants are there, then what was the role of SAP ABAPer. Now let's discuss some few topics regarding the course. Okay, so before applying to any course, we first check whether we are eligible for doing this course or not, right? Okay, to be very honest, there are no specific requirement for a SAP certification. Applicants need to be just graduate. Okay, but then graduated candidates like BTech, BSc or BCom might be benefited more. And talking specifically about SAP ABAP, if you guys have done your engineering or BSc from, like if you have any IT or computer background, it will be a plus point for you all guys, because it will be way much more easier to cope up or understand what is all being taught or taught in this course. Okay. Okay, and proceeding further, more course details. First point is education partner. I would strongly recommend you guys to please go with the trusted education partners only, and one of the best Example is Atos. Okay, Atos is the organization which will provide you SAP training, but there are many more organizations or firms which will provide you the SAP training. Not only Atos, but there are many more. All you need to do is just Google it. You'll find many of those. Okay, but please go with the trusted one. I would strongly recommend you. Okay, then the duration of the course might vary from institute to institute. The one where I got my training from, they have provided us 21 days of the course. Obviously, 21 days is we are paying a huge amount, and 21 days is not at all acceptable for us. But I'll share with you all the honest thing that whole SAP syllabus is not at all covered in those 21 days. But at least all you can get is overview of SAP ABAP or basics. They'll help you to clear the basic, and rest all material is available online. All study materials are available online. There are many channels regarding SAP ABAP, many websites that provide you good study material. I guess that is like sufficient. Okay, then come examination. Okay, to be a SAP certified candidate, examination is very important factor. Like if you clear the examination, then only you will get the SAP certification. Once you clear the exam, you'll get a S user ID, which is nothing but your SAP user ID, which is unique to each and every candidate who clear their exams. And I guess the examination consists of 80 questions. All those questions are in the format of MCQs. Okay, and it is of 3 hours, and passing marks is I guess around 49 or something like that. But if you have all your basics cleared, it will be very easy to clear the exam. And the certificate which you get is a global certificate. Okay, global certificate means even if you're trying to apply for a job which is an SAP but out of India, okay, but still this certification is valid abroad, like out of India. So no worries regarding that. And the last point is nothing but fees. Again, now this fees might vary from institute to institute. Since I'm mentioning Atos, like they also provide the SAP training. They charge you up to 4 lakhs to 5 lakhs for this course. But some of the colleges like mine have tie-ups with some of the firms. They might help you to get this course done in just one fourth or just half of the total amount, I would say. Yeah, so that was all about course details. Thank you.